The Bucket. Book Pocket. Invalid with a giant dick. Like Paris Hilton Carl's Jr. car wash. Hi, hello. It's me, Nathan. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Here are some book updates. I finished... What the fuck did I finish? Hold on, give me a sec. Oh god. Is it Open Water? I don't think it's Open Water. it's Small Worlds. Yes. Okay, I finished Small Worlds by Caleb Azumah Nelson. I'll be honest, I did not pick up Open Water because I didn't fancy the cover so much. I just didn't like the whole color blocking. It just didn't, that's not me. That's not my style. But this came on as an ARC and I was like, why not? Why not? So we did Small Worlds, taking place between London and Ghana in the summer. We follow our narrator, Stephen, with a group of his friends, falling in love, daddy issues, all good stuff, all good stuff. What I want to say is, I get it. I get why y'all pick up Caleb Azumah Nelson. The frickin' prose is so good. It's delectable. It's exactly what I needed in terms of mood reading, ATM. And I swooned. Very much swooned by his prose. It reminds me a lot of Baldwin and that film Waves from 2019. There's just a music and magic within the prose that follows the characters in this sort of sweeping motion, and it's really gorgeous. This book name drops a lot of music, and there's this great playlist that somebody compiled on Spotify. I'll link it down below with all the songs mentioned. Fabulous job. I haven't read a book so heavily dealt in music that just felt so earnest and wonderful. There's this moment where, I'll read it for you. Between us, a tiny speaker plays Frank Ocean's Channel Orange. We're somewhere between Sierra Leone and Sweet Life. And I'm just like, I know what that is. I know what that's like. To between, when that album came out, that was a time. That was truly a time. And just like emotionally, I know where the characters were at and where I was at. There's just this mastery of prose that Nelson has. Although I feel like with people who do have issues with Nelson's writing is that sometimes the prose does get carried away. For example here, my whole being still vibrates with something large and unknown, something which shimmers and shines, something which excites and terrifies. To be honest, gorgeous, that's beautiful, but that's a whole bunch of nothing. Like, I don't know what to do with that sentence. It's so conflated with so many different adjectives that it basically encapsulates this overstimulation and anxiety of so many different emotions that is hard for us to pinpoint as readers what exactly the character is feeling. And because of its sort of overwhelming nature, within the prose as well as plot, you really don't get a lot of strong character development. The prose is there, but there isn't enough depth to it. And realizing that, I can see why people who didn't like Open Water will probably not like this. But if you enjoy Azumah's prose, then I think you'll definitely enjoy Small Worlds. I didn't really have an issue with it because this is exactly what I needed. I've been reading to distract myself from real life. And I will say, after having spent a very good weekend, the past weekend, clubbing, this is probably one of like the best clubbing books I've read, even though I haven't read a lot of clubbing books. But a book that deals with music and just club life and the meaning of music and the euphoria of it all, which is so well done and earnest within Small Worlds. I do have Rave by Ronald Gotts, which I believe is another club book that I've been wanting to read, and I wonder if it has the same breadth that Azumah Nelson's book has. But yeah, this one is Meet Girls, Take Drugs, Listen to Music. Cult German novelist Reinhold Getz takes a headlong dive into 90s techno culture. Just life, literature, speaking to each other. This book just like brought me back to the dance floor, and I had a groove. I had a groove that, I'm not even gonna go into it, but good stuff, good stuff. Small Worlds, Caleb Azumah Nelson. This should be out already. This has been out since May 1st. So check it out if you are a fan of Open Water, because I just feel like both these books are sort of the same, deal within the same realm in terms of prose. Okay, then, while reading this, I also picked up Whale by Myeong Kwan, doing this as a buddy read with Modern Azumah. 사랑해. And yeah, we're having a blast. This is a lot of fun. From page 1, I was literally like, there's so much that goes on. It is so plotty. This is probably like the plottiest book I've ever read in a really long time. But like so much happens within every single page that it's just like, whoa, where am I going? Where will this go? It's highly unpredictable, but we're dealing with this this girl boss named Gumbok, and she just goes through a whole bunch of shit, like a lot of shit, and it's wild. I don't know what to tell you, but she's opening up businesses, she's having sex, she's just doing everything in sort of feudal Korea, and just the very landscape of the novel is so situated in plot that doesn't feel at all tiring, in that there's like this gorgeous texture to it all, so it doesn't seem repetitive at all. And I'll save my thoughts because I have this great opening line for it and a good way to describe it. I believe Modern Azumah is already done with it. I'm a little past the halfway mark. I hope to finish it maybe today or tomorrow. I was surprised, like, I think it was Monday, I jumped into it, and then I didn't realize I was already at like page 120, and I was like, what the heck? I'm not a fast reader, but I guess I must be enjoying it. If you need a book to get like lost in, this is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Whale, Myeong Kwan. And very interesting that this was published in 2004 in Korea and wasn't translated until like this past year. So yeah, and then made Booker. So it's like, what is going on? Why is this getting, getting some attention? And found out my coworker is also reading this. I was surprised. She's reading it in Korean, obviously. And we got to talking, and she had just got done with, what is on page 24 or 5 or something, about this invalid with a giant dick. Wild. And what did I say? I thought it was, she blushed when we got to talking about it. And all I said was, yes, it's very 흥미로워요. Very interesting. And mind you, this is a woman with like, she's like in her mid-40s. Yeah, mid-40s with kids, like, God bless her. And what also helps is that the chapters are like really short. So you just feel like you're like breezing through it, and you're just breezing through this history, and it's all very delectable. But yes, that's reading updates in a blast. I'm trying not to talk so much because I'm sick and tired of editing myself because just a bunch of shit spews out of my mouth. So, be well, do good work, keep in touch.
Change languages, we change habits, we change opinions, we change clothes, we change everything. Everything changes and fast. Images, above all, change faster and faster, and they have been multiplying at a hellish rate ever since the explosion that unleashed the electronic images.
Oh my god. So good. Fun stuff. Hi, hello. Gonna make this real quick, but I shouldn't really. But I gotta leave soon, but I want to talk about this book because I just finished it last night. Whale by Kwan. Fucking incredible. History, turmoil, magical realism, family, love, death, sex, hurt. Oh, so much hurt that our character Kumbok goes through in this such rich way of existing in almost feudal old Korea. And it's through all of these tiny little plot points bundled up together that create this immensity that is the whale. It's incredible. It gets a bit queer. This is essentially if Moshfegh wrote Pachinko. Oh yeah, okay. Gotta backtrack a bit. Did this as a buddy read with Yena from Modern Azumah. And yeah, we talked about how this is basically if Moshfegh wrote Pachinko, and it slaps. It slaps. So textured in the way that the story develops and never tires. There isn't really a moment to breathe, and you're just running through pages and pages, and so much happens that by the time you know it, you're like halfway through the book. And in the last half of the book, I thoroughly enjoyed it because it tracks Chunhui, her daughter, and she also goes through hell. And as you know with history, it repeats itself. It repeats itself. Once hurt in the past, you will be hurt in the present, and there will be hurt in the future. Myeong has this gorgeous way of creating resilience out of his female characters. They never feel cheated in a way. And I think that's really important to note here because this was written in 2004, recently translated this year. And for 2004 and some of the subject matter that happens in this book, and I can't mention it because I don't want to spoil it, but very ahead of its time when you think about it and how conservative Korea still was in 2004. I don't remember any of my Korean friends being out in 2004. Like out of the closet. So it's incredibly insane that this was written then and it still holds up tremendously well. This is deemed as sort of modern classic. Last few pages just had me like screaming and near tears, cause oof, I felt a lot. I felt a lot. Just the way that characters circle back as ghosts and how ghosts speak to the present tense of the characters, and it's just so beautifully textured and layered as a very plotty book, and I don't think I've ever encountered anything like that. I want to say if you're in a reading slump, this is definitely a good pick to bring you back into it, given its plot and how so much happens, and you're basically collecting all of these pieces, and it's not that you struggle with trying to grasp every single thing, but it's like you can't breathe because you're just shoving it all down your throat, and it's just a lot of fun. Incredible. Also, sorry if I sound disgusting. I'm getting over a cold. Like a really nasty one. Up next is Earth Angels by Madeline, collection of short stories that are so silly. First story is like 2 or 3 pages and it's so much fun. It's about blood, how blood is infiltrating everything, baby's milk, the water, the tap, just everything. And you really don't know where things go, but Cash has this really sensible humor that goes in places you don't think, but it's also written very smartly. I'll read this little portion for you because I think it's fab. It's titled Plagues, by the way. In God's absence, we pierced our ears and sullied the purity of our flesh and bought crypto and wrote autofiction. We played truth or dare, never have we ever. Marry, fuck, kill, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We abolished homosexual marriage and then heterosexual marriage and then marriage in general. The nuns, who were of course married to God, filed for divorce. They hired Jewish lawyers. It's just a lot of fun. There's wit, and it's very smart. I'm just on the second story now, and that one's fun too. But I just wanted to mention, I'm using an in and out bookmark. I just felt like it was fitting. I don't know. Someone tell me I'm wrong. Let me know. But I'm pretty sure that fits. Like eating a big juicy burger while reading this is, I don't know. It's giving Paris Hilton Carl's Jr. car wash, and I'm all for that. Knowing that I'll probably finish this over the weekend, I'm bringing along Madres by Esmerelda Santiago. Oh, I'm going to Seoul, by the way, hence the duffel right there, just for the weekend. This is an ARC by Kwan. There's a little family tree at the beginning, so I'm getting family. I think I read like the first page just to get a feel of what it is, and ooh, I read this. Crossing an ocean made me sadder. I'd rather be rock than sorrow. You are who you believe you are, Mom. Your name and your identity are different things. Delicious. So we're getting time, place, movement, migration, immigration, what is claimed to home, what is claimed to identity, and all good stuff. All good stuff. Can't wait to dig into it more. Those are the reading updates real quick. I'm gonna wear a hat today because this is just doing the most when I'm just trying to chill. You feel? I'll update y'all later. Okay, hi, hello. Quick fit breakdown. Baby blue shirt, white tee, wad necklace. Oh, there it is. Sorry, finishing up my cold brew. And we got the book pocket pants, if anyone recalls. If not, let me remind you. Did you see that? Did you see that? There's Madeline Cash, Earth Angels, right in the pocket, book pocket. Okay, let's go. Yonghoon. Yonghoon, you're fucking wrong.
Gracie. That's about it, we said. So Gracie started drugging Drew Thomas. She crushed up her birth control pills and mixed them into his protein powder before water polo. All semester, Drew Thomas took birth control.
Hey, bookish babes. This is the fit today. I'm going out. Going to this coffee bar that's doing a DJ set. Maybe drinks, who knows? Deciding whether or not I want to bring this book, but I just want to show you. Look at this. Look at this. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, fit. Blue shirt, blonded. I was about to say blood orange. Frank Ocean. His basic pants, and of course our beloved COS crossbody. Okay, I think that's enough. Oh, this is a Japanese song. I have to start from the beginning. Can I? May I? Can I? May I? I think so. I'm gonna keep it there. I think that's a look. I think that's a look. I don't think I like the bag.
He's so serious.
It's not 6 a.m., but it's 4 a.m. Anyway, it was a good night. Okay. Bye. Gracelia had been silenced by strangers snarling, "Speak English!" or "This is America!" when she's not talking to or about them. Unlike them, she knows America is a hemisphere, not a country, where several hundred languages are spoken. Oof. Oh, also this hair. Ooh. Yep. There we go. Is this how I'm gonna do an update? I think so. Updates on La Madres. It's good. Good stuff. Strong writing. I'm enjoying the multiple uses of languages. We have French, Spanish, and it's just like all mixed in together, and it's so exquisitely done. If you are a fan of the Romance languages or know of them, this is quite a fun read as you read all of them blended together with English, and it's nice. I'm not too far in, but other updates. I'm nearly done with Earth Angels by Madeline Cash, And I think it's safe to say, I can already give a review on it, but this is such a strong, fun collection of short stories. This is what all the hot girls are reading this summer. And if you're not reading this, I'm sorry, you're not sexy. So much fun, full of wit. Every sentence is charming, and they just pile up on top of each other, creating this very visceral, very particular. There's just a lot of nuance in the way that she crafts her stories. Time period specific, age-wise, and you really get a sense of who these people are, and they're definitely the cool people, the really fun stuff. I am doing a terrible job of talking about books, I feel like, lately, and I don't know what it is. I will say that if I'm to recommend someone to get out of a reading slump and needs like a good collection of short stories, like they don't want that novel commitment, but they want to read, this is a good collection. There's just a lot of like laugh out loud funny, LOL. There's some good LOL moments. I think there's B-roll footage of my friend reading it, and he was also having a good time. They're just like really fun and really easy to breeze through. And oh, there's this sort of like husband and wife story, for example, and the wife tries to pull a prank on the husband. It fails. Then she like tries to get drugs, and then they end up bringing their baby to like the drug deal, and comedy ensues. The stakes are high. The dialogue is just written so wonderfully in that it's just so full of humor and great wit. Madeline has great wit. But in terms of like time period specific, there's this one story here. Let me take you back. When I read it, I was like, did I go to school with this girl? Like, how did she know that this was me? And this was like my posse back in my tweenie bopper years. My friends are on Animal Crossing and Club Penguin and have Nintendogs and Neopets and Tamagotchis and all of the simulated animals of 2008, and the US is in a financial crisis, and I'm reading a book called TTYL by Lauren Miracle, which is the pinnacle of literature as far as I'm concerned. The pastor tells me to read the Bible, which is not written by Lauren Miracle. I imagine Noah's Ark filled with Nintendogs. Just the way that the subject matters is like stringed together and like references back every other sentence. There's just this beautiful rhythm in unexpectancy and delight that she writes in. This is called Hostage Number 4, by the way. And this one's a good one. I pretty much enjoyed every single short story in this collection, and it might end up being part of like my top 2023 reads, because it's just a fab collection of short stories, and definitely got a lot of looks while I brought this around on public transit, in the cafes. If you want to be hot this summer, if you want to be hot, pick this up. This is it. Earth Angel by Madeline. I got 3 hours of sleep. I'm okay though. I'm fine. I had my raisin tea, the so-called elixir that everyone should drink after they go out, and I actually feel fine. I'll probably sleep on the train. I'm taking an early train. I don't want to spend too much time in the city, just because I got to do laundry and just like boring errands and stuff. I actually really want to go to a cafe I went to like last weekend, 2 weekends ago, I forget, but just because I want to do some writing there, because the view is just really nice and it's just a charming spot, and I don't think I'm too far away from it. Yeah, do a bit of reading, probably finish Earth Angel there, and yeah, keep it chill. Keep it chill. Last night was good. Spent it with a good friend, and it's sort of our like last dance together until I see her again, like maybe not until like next year. So hope you're all doing well. Hope this angle isn't weird. Okay, I'll be honest. Got my hair did yesterday, and I didn't want to wash my hair because like Look at this. It's like magic. It's like every time I try to style my hair, it looks awful. Awful. But like when, you know, my barber does it, it's like this is like magic. But like, let me tell you, yesterday I was sweating. I was sweating bullets. When I was at Tambourines yesterday, just like sweating bullets. It was like dripping. Everything was dripping. My hair was gross. And then here we are. Here we are. And we danced all night. Okay, not all night. What did I say? I got back at like 4 or 5 yesterday. But like, yeah, it's pretty gross up here. And I wish I brought like a spray perfume, but I didn't. I brought one of these dumb testers, but it would have, you know, been nice. But here we are. Here we are. This is what we're dealing with. Wristbands. This is what we're dealing with. Before I go on and ramble, because I think I've mentioned I don't want to talk too much, so hope you're doing well. If you're still here watching these vlogs, like, thanks means a lot, tremendously. Yeah, you're all good company. I love all your comments. Let me know what you're reading. Always let me know what you're reading, because I want to add more books to my TBR. So. Okay, I am back. I didn't have any footage of me on the train. I did like 2 pages of reading. I took a nap. Pretty much slept for the entire hour train ride, and much needed. Let me tell you. But before I took that nap, I did end up finishing Earth Angel by Madeline Cash. Romp, pure romp. Like, I could easily eat up these stories again. The wit is just, it's got a bite, and Madeline Cash knows what she's doing in terms of delivery and subject matter. Everything's just, it's pure joy, pure entertainment. And again, if you're not picking this up, you're not sexy. But yeah, it's just such a fun collection of short stories, and I think my new go-to rec, if anyone needs like just something to get them back in the groove of stuff, had me laughing out loud. But she ends the book with a black hole, which was quite depressing, but fitting. And the last piece is called Autofiction, which is such a pure joy of like a tiny piece of experimental fiction, while also being autofiction. There are cliff notes, it's meta, it references her other short stories, Jurassic Park's in it, there's Japanese in it, and it's pure fun. Madeline Cash is a writer not to be missed. If you need to tickle your funny bone, this is the good one. I haven't made like not a ton of progress, but I'm on page 82 of La Madres by Esmerelda Santiago. I just got done with a little tribute to Despacito. Yes, the song. There's an honorable mention in it, and she's dedicated an entire paragraph to the song. There it is, Despacito. It's cute. It's cute. I've never come across a piece of fiction that is a Despacito stan, so that's new. We're getting tons of family stuff. Makes me miss my own grandmother. I'm thinking about family a lot while reading this, and I'm gonna save my thoughts because I think I know where she's going with this sort of idea with family. There's a spiritualness to everything as well. We've got a ghost, not to spoil anything, but little sprinkles of mysticism, and I'm enjoying it a lot. But yeah, Puerto Rican pride. Lots of it in here, loving it. I hope to finish this hopefully by Thursday. But we'll give you updates. Okay, I'm exhausted, and it is 90 degrees outside. Let me tell you, like I was sweating. I finally cleaned my AC. It's on. We're battling the heat. Like, this is it. I'm done. I don't want to go out anymore. I'm just gonna chill. Maybe watch an episode of Succession and eat instant ramen because I can't be bothered with anything else, and I need sleep because we got work tomorrow, and I didn't get much of it this past week. So yeah, I sleep. Okay, I sleep. I just like purge sleep, which probably isn't healthy. You know, I only have 2 days off, so I'm gonna maximize the days off. I'll rest. On Sunday, the Sabbath, I'll rest. But I sleep, just to let you know, I sleep. I don't want to, people think I'm doing the most out here. I'm trying, but like, I rest. I do, I really do. Okay, I don't want to blabber on too much, but those are the updates. Be well, do good work, keep in touch.